Hey y'all, what's up? Happy late Friday night, early Saturday morning. This is Mr. Talk slash Mr. Social Corner, and I'm here to talk about some random things. This is the makeup. Well, this is the pre-early live that I usually do on Sundays, but this is on a Friday night because Sunday I'm gonna do no live. So I'm trying to give y'all this. So I hope y'all order for the weekend. Until next time you see me. Replay game, welcome. Sorry, you hear some cracking this my bottles. Welcome. Hope you enjoy. Please hit that like button when you're on your way in, and also put your comments in the comment section down below. And tell me how y'all feel about some of the topics I discussed. Don't be afraid to make comments, y'all. Like, really, I do. If I read comments, it's great. I'll respond back and give my opinions and stuff like that. So, make sure you do that. People who coming in, please welcome. Don't be afraid to join in. I know it's a Friday night. I know it's every day weekend, but listen, I gotta get something out of here like that. So I'm trying to see who's coming in and not, and try to get to as much as possible I can. But we'll see. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel, Mr. 14. My Instagram is Mr. Grown. My Twitter is Mr._Grown. My Discord is Mr. 14, and the link to my Discord is down below in the description box. Click on the description box so you'll be notified of my links and stuff like that, and on my socials and yada. And y'all get up to date of stuff. Discord is a great place to get up to date on me because I'm very active on there. I do watch alongs on there. We have discussions. There's other ways to have a conversation with me outside of just being on YouTube. And you could get to see how I feel about some topics that I probably don't discuss on YouTube, and I discuss it on Discord. So hit me on there. And then you social clients to support the channel. Cash App is $Ms140. And I welcome. Hold up, y'all. Hey, y'all. Shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. Yes, so I'm still trying to wait for some people to come in, but show must go on because I ain't gonna end this right now. And I'm just gonna talk. Hope y'all come in and enjoy and keep me company. But let's start with show's update and get some time for people to come in, and then we can start the shows and stuff. Keep in mind things may change, but this is what it is right now. All right, so Love and Marriage Huntsville season 6 is on a break right now. It's coming back September. It's September 16th to be exact. So we about to resume Love and Marriage Huntsville. And based on the trailer, y'all, it is really good. The second half is really giving us. Now, hopefully the episode is just as strong as the trailer. Because, they put the trailer together to make you all interested. And then you go to see the season, then it's like, what is this? So it'll be dry. So it's the second half of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And it seems like things about to get heat up. And it seems like a lot more people in the cast is getting more activated than is coasting behind only Mel Martell's story. I said, no, y'all need to get on board as well and say what you got to say. But we'll see how that goes. Real Housewives of Atlanta, we just finished watching the finale. And not just finished watching. We watched the finale last week. And we're doing a review on Timon's channel. We're doing joint live with Black Rival Entertainment. And this week, Monday coming up, it will be on my channel. And we're going to talk about the part 1 of the reunion. And I know on Twitter and everything, they are sharing the sneak peeks. They usually do this all the time. But I wish they stopped doing that. I wish they stopped sharing the sneak peeks so we get a chance to be surprised. Because everybody start forming opinions already with the sneak peeks. And when you watch this freaking episode, you're not shocked anymore. So I wish they don't show it. And I haven't been watching the sneak peek because I want to be surprised. So I have been ducking and dodging the sneak peeks. So, but it's on Twitter a lot. And people making their discussions and sneak peeks is already on it. And I wish they stopped that. Just show the trailer which I have done, and do without sneak peeks. But I understand they do that to get people interested to come to the show. That's how they do it. It's a tactics. So let's go with that. And after the part 2 reunion, we'll see how it goes. It was some shakeups. It was some talks about reboot and everything. We're gonna discuss that later on the live. It's like that. I say that later on. Maybe more people come in and give their opinions, but it is what it is. Bell Collector is on break right now as well. So y'all know I reviewed that show, and when they come back, it can continue. Real Housewives in New York City, season 14, and we will talk about the latest episode in this live. And to be honest, like I said, I am enjoying the reboot. Some of the ladies get on my nerves, but I'm enjoying it. It's a fresh start. I'm enjoying the reboot, and it seems like it's well received. Love and Marriage Detroit. Tonight, Saturday night, will be the reunion, because we just saw the finale. We talked about the finale. Now it's a reunion. So I think it's only one part reunion. I think so. So one part reunion. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna have a conversation about it. I think I'll probably do a pre-recorded video of it. So stay tuned for my review on that and see how it feels. I mean, it was a short season, and they already have a reunion, and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, nobody in that cast, and Detroit cast, is really interesting. They all got on my nerves, and it's really what I don't like the whole cast of the franchise. So it's something for me to not like at least one person. No, don't like none of them. Love of Hip Hop Atlanta. It's on MTV, and just watch along. There's no review on it, but it's certain things that's really hot and popping and popular, like for example the Erica and Spice thing, and we will talk about that too. That's probably the last topic of this live. We're gonna talk about that. And baby, I got some things to say about that, but we'll get to that. Love of Hip Hop Miami as well. It's just watch alongs, and we just watch it. It is what it is. I mean, I got much to say about that, but we will talk about a little bit about the Shay and Amara kind of thing going on with those two, and discuss how I feel about that. The Ultimatum season 2, we is watching that right now, and we'll talk about the couples and our only the first 2 episodes, and see how we feel about this so far. What's happening? What is going on in relationships? Who they pick? And yada yada. Married to Medicine, season 10. It's coming on Bravo and is coming out on November 5th. I think Dr. Heavily mentioned that on her green screen when she was filming, and they gave her the green light to say it, and she said it. So, and also Real Housewives of Potomac, I think season 8 is on Bravo TV. And it's supposedly coming out on that same date as Married to Medicine. So I said, another Black Bravo entertainment I could do reviews. It probably be pre-recorded though. I don't think I'm going to keep doing lives of those. But I put an asterisk next to that date because I'm not really sure. I think it should be out at the same time as Married to Medicine, but I'm not too sure. So I'm putting an asterisk, and when I get the confirmed date, I will take it off and let y'all know. And also be watching along and review of that. Anything else? Don't forget, we still have movie nights on Thursdays, and also Wednesdays we do shows nights as well. I will resume movies and resume movies reviews and select some shows and streaming platforms to review and have discussions on. Yeah, this is suggestions. Let me know on Discord, IG, or Twitter. Patreon will be coming up soon. Also, membership on YouTube may be coming up soon. So, come through and just kick it with me, y'all. What's up? Don't be a stranger. All right, let's start with Real Housewives of New York. because I got a few things to say about this, and it's not gonna be too long. All right, we're also in New York. Like I said, I'm enjoying the reboot. Some of the ladies I'm not feeling. Like, to be honest, I really don't care for Shay. I really don't. I really don't care for her at all. She's annoying. She complains too much. Can't really dress. And does too much. Does too much. This lady, she tell us she's a, hold up, y'all. This lady, she tell us she a pescatarian and she doesn't eat meat. She's very picky. And when she go to these events, she be hungry. And when she confronted, she don't give a damn. Anybody who have an issue with her being hungry, stuff like that. If she don't got no food, she don't care. And I'm saying, okay, listen, I understand that. But when you know you have a strict diet and you have a funny diet or something like that, and you know most people don't follow your diet, I'm gonna need for you to eat something and be full and only go to the event just for light finger food. I'm gonna need you to eat. So that way when you go to these events, and mostly the events will have just finger food to serve the masses, then you will not be hungry. Even when you have like a group setting with the castmates. Most of them don't really serve food like that. They mostly serve finger food. And it just sucks that this is this, but you complain all the time about the food choices and what they have and what they serve and everything. And I was like, girl, okay, we get it. Miss Complainer, stop it and eat. Eat something before you go to the deep end because I'm not liking this at all. Hold up. Yeah, so I'm not liking it. So her complaining all the time is ridiculous. Like I'm drinking too, y'all. Where people at? Like, come on. Yeah, I gonna need you to eat because I'm tired of that. It's ridiculous. So we see Jenna was doing a photo shoot and casting for her lashes, and Sai came over and helped. And this is where we find out Jenna's real name is Judith. And I guess some way, shape, or form, I probably shouldn't like the name, whatever it was. But when she went to college, I guess the professor asked, said for when you went to college, I guess the professor asked, "Do you have any nickname?" And I guess Jenna raised her hand and said, "Yes, call me Jenna," because her brother used to tease her and call her Jenna Genitalia. And I said, "Oh, why you call you that? What's the reason?" So from there, the Jenna name stick, and she been using Jenna for a while now. Even though her name is Judah. So Sai heard that. She said, "Oh my God, I didn't know this. We were friends. It's like that." Yeah, they are. But Sai decided to take upon herself to share that story to the ladies at the wreath making class they was going to do, the setting, group setting. And she decided to share that. And I said, "What is the reason for you sharing that, girl?" What's the reason? Because you was so happy to share that. And I saw what Jenna just cut her eyes at Sai. I said, "Girl, you were so excited to bring that up." I said, "Get out of our face. Get out of our face." Yes, Jessel had a story of her IVF journey, and she was so scared to tell her mom because her culture is frowned upon. She get gossip if she can't able to conceive the baby naturally, which I don't understand why, as women, who all feel type of way about giving birth and babies, and also the complications gonna come and giving birth and everything, that you would shade each other and ridicule another lady of their ability or inability to have children. I would say I don't understand that, because as y'all all in the same boat, why will you gossip and ridicule if ladies can't do it? It's also complications. Sometimes they probably can't born to have a kids. There's like medical reasons. So it's plenty of reasons why everybody can't conceive naturally. So, but yet y'all criticize each other for that, and I don't like that. I don't like that. So she was kind of nervous and really scared as sharing with her mom about the twins that she had was through IVF journey, and not most of the natural way. And she told the mom, and everything was cool. I mean, the mom got a little upset a little bit because not too much of what she would told me sooner is that she was there to be there for her and everything, because just as saying she know her mom would be on the next plane coming and be there, and she takes things in and she analyzes things way more than what Jessica would do. So she didn't want to worry her mom in that aspect of that. But I was like, just girl, just say it. Just say whatever comes, whatever comes. Now do you expect you want to have a third child? And then your mom said, child, you can't even handle the freaking choice you got now. I said, that's a handful. So now you want another one, and on top of the one you have now? I said, oh, child. That's ridiculous. So I would say, okay, more power to you. So this is the part I want to get to. So we find out Abe told Evan about what happened at the thing, about them being talking and kind of being loud while they was giving their speeches. But I said, Evan, girl, your speeches was long as hell. It was long, it was too much, and we don't need it. So I'm gonna need for you to stop next time you have these events, stop having these long speeches. I mean, every person was speaking for a long time. And then people were sitting around talking, like when you're sitting there listening to things and standing there waiting and waiting and waiting, and people saying long speeches, people gonna start talking. Now I don't feel like why the cast was singled out, because this is part of the show, so I guess they singled out. But everybody else is speaking or doing your speeches, so y'all feel like it's rude. I mean, y'all can just tell everybody to all attention's on the stage, keep the conversation to yourself, and wait to have a conversation after we say our vows and stuff. But it was a long speeches, and then she had her vows on her phone. That took a while. Then her husband had to figure out a 3-page letter. So I was saying, oh my gosh. So that was that. But before that, Bryn was somewhat flirting with Evan's husband. And even though I don't care, they said it was a joke. It's a joke. She was jerking. I said, behind every joke is some truth. So I went with a joke with my friend husband in that kind of manner. I said, oh, well, technically, if you didn't say no vows, you technically are still single, and you're not divorced, you're not married, and everything. But she said, oh, well, if we get a divorce, I'm around, and everything. And she kept using the word divorce. And that's that. So I said that was tacky, because at the end of the day, that's not a conversation you should have with someone else's husband, especially as your friend. And when you is a flirt. But I'm not using that as a way to say that, oh, because she's a flirt, that she's okay to do this type of things. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. Whether you're joking or not, that was not good. It was not a good look, and I didn't like it, despite who you are. So Abe told Evan, and Evan had a bone. She had an issue. Now Abe was laughing when he heard that. I say, yes, sometimes people could laugh. Doesn't mean they're not offended. Because if he didn't feel the type of way, why would he tell Evan? So she know what her friend is saying and what she's doing. Because so much before he probably bothered him. Because if it didn't bother him, he won't say anything. He would let it go. But she said, I'm glad. I'm so freaking tickled that you feel like it's funny. It's not funny to me. And I was with Evan. At the end of the day, yes, Evan could be too much. And she could be dramatic a little at times. But I was with her at this moment. I was with her. And so when Evan came, she came and approached both Shay and Brent. She approached Shay first and confronted Shay. And Shay over here, I don't care, and everything, because I was hungry and everything like that. So I don't give a damn. I don't care. It is what it is. And I said, okay. That's how you feel? That's how you feel. Because if it was me and I was petty, next time she comes to my place, and I think she told her she don't eat meat and stuff like that, I would have mad meat platters. Just for the sake of it. Mad meat platters. She'll be mad at me. Yeah. A meat. She would get all that meat on the plate. So she was saying, you want to be hungry and stuff, you want to eat this, or well, you won't have no food. And like I said, if you have a strict diet and you're picky, you need to eat before you get to any event. I know sometimes when you know food will be served at an event you're going to, you don't want to eat, so you want to be full. But at the same time, I'm like, child, you don't be full. But I said, girl, eat. So if I was petty like Evan, I would just say, listen. No, I would just have mad meats in the freaking place. Either you eat it or you can leave. And what if I was Evan, I would say, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Like you don't care about me because you left without saying bye at the event and everything, and you say you don't care because you was hungry. Then next time I have an event, I have some stuff that you probably won't eat, and I won't say I don't care. You don't like it, get out the door. That's what I would say. If you don't like it, out the door. That was me if I was petty like Evan. I said, sorry, you don't like the food choices I have. Or I had a petty moment and serve mad meats at the event. Then you go to eat these meats or you got to go home. And I would say, I don't care. And that's the attitude we will be having. We're going to have an I don't care match back and forth. You don't care, I don't care. And every time I have an event, I will purposely try to upset her. Child, you're not getting no food around here. So eat next time. So that's that. So I was with Evan. I say yes. She's left without saying goodbye. That was kind of rude. You couldn't at least say goodbye and everything to say why you leaving. You going home or you going out to get something to eat because the choices, you don't have much choices here and stuff. Now, Evan, you got all these sponsors, and why you couldn't have a sponsor catering services? That way people don't leave. So, when Evan confronted Bryn, this what got me upset. Not because she confronted Bryn. I was with Evan confronting Bryn. What I didn't like is how these ladies try to make it seem like Evan was tripping She don't know what she was talking about. That's not what happened. She didn't say these words. She can't be that type of person and do this. I said, newsflash, y'all don't know. Because at the end of the day, she said all that. I don't care. It was a joke. Y'all would defend her saying, oh, she was joking. She was being serious. She was joking. No, at the end of the day, you don't joke about things like that. You don't joke about, oh, well, you didn't say no vows, so now technically you're not married. And if when you get a divorce, I'm around. And stuff like that. And I said, I don't know how comfortable you can be. Don't be that comfortable and joking about divorce and stuff with my husband. And then whenever say use the word divorce, and now Justin and everybody, she didn't use the word, she didn't use the word, she didn't use the word. And then Barbara rolled the footage and saw that she used the word a couple of times. A couple of times she used the word. So don't sit here and act like she didn't use the word. She said, no, I would never do that. If you go accuse me of flirting with a married man, then we're going to be a problem. So let's have a problem. Let's have a problem. Because I would, and also let's go there. Let's go there. Because that's why exactly I am doing. Accusing you. Because you don't say stuff like that. And that everybody act like on the table, act like it was no big deal. Evan's blown this out of proportion. This is Brent. It's like that. Brent is not that. I would say, I don't care what Brent is or not is. You don't flirt with nobody's husband like that. And Brent is a flirter. She flirtatious. So we know she does this. We see her do this all the time with different men. And then her old sexualized things she be doing. Like when she was working out earlier. I said, girl, now it's getting tacky. It's getting tacky, it's getting delayed, and it's getting through. Don't like it. Don't like it. Stop that. So when everybody, the ladies, is making it seem like Evan is tripping and she had no right to feel the way she feel, I said, y'all messed up. Y'all wrong. And now they saying, well, Gwen is not the type of person who does that. And somebody, I said, how do you know? And I said, newsflash, this is 2023. These ladies will flirt with your man in your face sometimes, behind your back. And sometimes the people that you don't expect that is doing it. It's 2023. There are ladies who will sleep with a woman's husband who y'all friends for years and that woman even knew about. Don't even know about. Sleep with your husband for years. And that because you think you're friends is all good. Oh, my family do this. I said newsflash, they do. And then somebody in the confession said, I know type of women who will sleep with a husband. That's Brenda's not that. I said, oh, you sure? Oh, you sure? Now, I'm not saying that Brenda will go out doing that, but I'm saying that y'all can't make these generalizations and make it seem like Brent action is not warming for someone who could possibly try to get with somebody married man. Girl, it can't be. Because sometimes it starts with joking. Y'all know that? Yeah, it starts with that. And then it gets to that further and further along behind your back, still in your face, laughing and kicking with you, eating up your food, drinking up your drinks and everything, having a good time. You're going out to eat dinner and stuff. And the next minute you know, they sleeping in your bed. Messing with your man, texting them, all that stuff. I'm a better person than you can. Then I'm a better person than you than your wife was you for years. Mm-hmm. So yes, women could do that, and Brenda is no exception for that. She's not excluded. She is no exception. She could do that, just as anybody else could. So, newsflash, yes, y'all don't know, because sometimes y'all do know that y'all know that sometimes people you familiar with is the one main suspect you should watch out for. The people the strangers are. So the fact that yet all was gaslighting Evan, trying to make it seem like this not what happened, and she shouldn't feel this way. Don't make it a big deal. I said, what if y'all were husbands? What if it was your husbands? Well, y'all would say the same thing. Oh, this is Bryn. Bryn is not that type of person and stuff like that. Would y'all say the same thing if Bryn was flirting with your husbands? Oh no. Or you gonna say it was just Bryn and she don't mean on it. I said, yeah, bye. So when Evan got up, nobody went to go check on her and the kid, they just kept doing what they doing. I said, oh, what kind of friends are you? What kind of friends you are? I was like, oh, who needs friends like y'all? Really? So I was activated. I was living. I was saying, y'all gonna really go sit here and act like Bryn joking with her husband was okay. Oh, and then they'll say, oh, he's laughing. Oh, he was laughing. I said, just because someone's laughing in a group setting doesn't mean that they can still be offended. They're just laughing to go along with the crowd who's with the person in the facility. They laughing to go along. Doesn't mean they're not offended by what you say. So don't take someone's laughing as they okay that you said what you said. They can just laugh just to laugh. But they can still be uncomfortable and feel offended. So don't take someone's laugh as a means of sign that they like the joke. No. So I didn't like it. I didn't like how they try to play Evan and make it seem like she had no rights to feel offended or feel ashamed. Oh, she shouldn't have had to feel offended or be upset because it wasn't a big deal. I said, yeah, I said all that. Then when she does do something, not saying she will, but when your friend or somebody close to you who do all that and you think it's no big deal, and then you end up it became it and realize that it was a big deal and if they was doing something behind your back, what you gonna say then? So you can't put past someone flirting with your husband in front of you and thinking it's a joke and think that's nothing gonna happen from that. Like I said, I'm not saying Bryn would do that, but I'm just saying that don't close your mind and thinking that, oh, because this is who she is, that she more capable of doing that. I said, yes, she can. And the fact that y'all was trying to play Evan, it's like that she don't have the right to feel the way she feel. And y'all all just sitting there and say, oh, it's no big deal. I said, okay. Now let it happen to y'all. And I want to see y'all saying the same thing. It's no big deal. If it's no big deal, y'all say the same thing. All right, that's Real Housewives of New York, y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section down below. As nobody's on this live yet. I'm saying, talking to myself. All right, let's go to Temptation Island. Let's talk that real quick. I might use the same live and premiere it another day. That way, more people can watch it. All right, y'all. Let's talk briefly about Temptation Island. So, y'all didn't know, Temptation Island was on USA. The season ended, and I had always had in mind to talk about it. And hopefully more people came in so we have a discussion. But when y'all see this replay again, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section down below. I'm looking forward to see the comments. And if y'all don't know, Temptation Island has been around for a while. This is their 5th season. I mean, yes, they took a break for a while, but it is the 5th season. It has been good. Each season is elevated to different things, new ways to do the show. It's like that. But the main key component in the outline, the structure of the show is different couples come to this island, go to the island. Is whatever destination they go to, they go there, they discuss what's brought them there, the issues, what they would have. And then each couple gets separated in different villas and places, and where they date, and they will hang out with singles who they handpick for the show. And they come, and then the word temptation comes is that fall into temptation. Can you fall into temptation? Can you learn about what's going on? Can you learn about yourself doing this whole thing? Can you learn from that other person? Can that other person show you a better way than what you have in your own current relationship? Or help you realize what you want in your current relationship and that you can work on. So they go on dates, they meet with singles, and they go through this journey. Throughout the journey, they go to sit in bonfires. They learn about the other couples, what they be saying and what they have been doing, and you have discussions. They working they support each other, like the ladies will support each other, the guys will support each other, and they go through this process. I know this season was a little bit different because usually in the previous seasons, the singles do not stay in the villa with the people. This season, the singles stayed in the house with the couples, the one half of the couples. So the guy villa had all the female singles, and then the females had all the guy singles. And to be honest, y'all, this season it seemed like it was more good-looking, attractive guys this season than they had good qualified, attractive females. And that's usually a weird case. Because usually it got some not so average and not so good looking, and at least a sprinkle of some, at least one or two fine ones of the guys, and they got a bunch of good bad chicks. So we got that. But that's that. But Temptation Island was good this season. Watched everything all the way to the reunion. So I'm just gonna briefly talk about the couples, how I feel about it, and we're gonna move on to the next. Because I'm still trying to see people come in and join the chat. All right, so here the couples are. We have Caitlin Hall. Then we have Christopher and Mariella. Then we have Great in Paris. And then we have Roberto and Vanessa. Right? So all four couples came to this island. They all had the different avenues, different pinpoints, different walks of life and journeys in their relationships that led them all here. And the question, is your love strong enough to survive the situation? Can you move on together with each other? Or you'll find another person? Or you could leave the island by yourself. So you have three choices. You could work with the relationship you came with, go home together with the person you came with after you learn all the tools that you can. You could choose to leave the island on your own, or you could write the person you made a connection with and ask them, you can leave the island with them, and y'all build a relationship from there. So those are three outcomes. Let's start over here. Vanessa Roberto, right? If y'all don't know, Vanessa was on reality TV before. She was on Family Fiance. And I think I remember that episode when she had like an overbearing mother who was very critical, who was always in the business, always in the mix, who had a lot of opinions and everything. And I think I reviewed that episode. I'm pretty sure I reviewed that episode because I watch Family Fiance and I do review Family Fiance. So when she was on that, I said, look now. She's not so stranger in these type of shows. So she came in the show with Roberto, who is 10 years younger than her. She's 34, he's 24. And I'm saying, okay, that's already a big age difference. Doesn't matter, it cannot work. Because even myself, I would say, if I ever date anyone, the date range will be within 10 or less of my age. But what we got to understand is if y'all in different stages of life, then y'all had different priorities. And she came to the show with him saying that she dumbed her standards down. She don't want her standards to be with him. It's too much. She's not mature to be with me. It was a bunch of stuff going on. And I just felt like I don't think this relationship will stand its terms because I feel like she was overbearing, controlling, doing a lot. And him, he didn't have no voice. He wasn't speaking up. He wasn't saying nothing. He really had no voice. And he just tried to live up to the standards. And I would say, Vanessa, you say you lower your standards to be with someone like this. So this person is someone you mostly probably want to have dated. Or not. But you gave a chance and you be with. So I said, why is he being with someone who's 10 years younger than you and in a different walking stage of life and try to find himself? And that's what you think he needs to be mature at the age of early 20s. Yes, they start mature, but they still try to find their way. The 20s is an exploration and finding their way. Because as a teenager, you try to find your identity, where you belong, how you fit in, where you fit in. And then when you get to adulthood, then you need to start to figure out, establish the experimentation phase, exploration phase as well, and see what stick with you. Because when you get close to your 30s, then you're going to be set in your ways and you're going to be established at that time. So your 20s is where you figure things out. And as you get closer to 30s, then you start settling down the establishment, the career, whatever you need to go, in the 40s, and the 50s, and so forth and so forth. So I feel like in his days walk of life, he is not that ready yet to commit. And I mean, yes, he's in a relationship with other women, so I'm not knocking that he will have a girlfriend and everything, because he's not a bad looking guy. And I feel like out of all the other guys in the show, he was the least problematic. I mean, he has his faults, but he wasn't that crazy like the other three. But yes, he had his ways to him as well. So when they got this whole journey, this, that, dumbing himself down, he had no voice. So I feel like, why are you with him? Like, what's the reason why we in a relationship? If you feel like he's not living up to your standards, he's here. So you take him to Temptation Island, where he could be tempted with young females and so of his age, and he could try to have sex and doing stuff like that. Now, Vanessa had this controlling, possessive things that she would flip out, and she freaks out, and she overanalyzes things. She always think things through and think the worst of every possibility and overreacts to things. I was like, child, she was doing the most. She was doing the most, and I couldn't really stand Vanessa. Out of older ladies, she was the one that I couldn't deal with. It was too much. At the end of the day, Vanessa and Roberto did choose each other to go to the island. Now, they was talking, she found some revelations and stuff like that. And she said, oh my gosh, I can't. Because she was technically holding herself back in the process, that she was trying to give it up to no one, not trying to do anything. She did like this guy named Bryce, but she was keeping it safe, cool, because that's what she wanted. Because she didn't want to go further with anybody else. And he, on the other hand, he was attending this one lady called Desi. And he started to really like her. And to the point that, yes, they got intimate and they actually had sex. Kind of. Now, when it comes to the final bonfire, he lied and said that he didn't touch her and do anything more. But he actually did. So when they got out of it, he felt he needed to reach out to the girl that he had an intimacy with, because he needs to have closure. I said, why do you need to have closure? When you already decided to be with Vanessa at the end of the day and go back to the island and go back home with her, then that was the done deal. So why do you need to make closure with the person you already decided to not to be with? That's the closure right there. Once you chose Vanessa, I don't need nothing. You made your choice. But now we find out why he did that, because he did sleep with her. And everything, a lot about that. He wanted to talk to her, and now Vanessa didn't understand why he needs to have a closure and have a conversation with her. Because at the end of the day, because I guess at this point he was feeling her lies, it was hope of that, he probably still would be with Destiny and everything, but he's still with Vanessa. But at the end of the day, I think him and Vanessa is not being together right now. I guess they broke up because of a lot of things happening since the reunion. Because when we had the reunion, it was stuff happening that she didn't understand why he wanted to have the closure. And yes, he slept with her. She found that out. She didn't like that. It's a lot going on. So they both decided it was not fit for each other. They need to move on. They would be friends. They would help each other and be there. But in a relationship, no, they're gonna end it. Paris and Great, right? They came in a relationship. They came here in the island because Great was a cheater. Great cheated on her, and Paris was a great woman, and she didn't want to make this work. I'm so sorry. I'm late, Mizzle. Okay, boo. It's all right, because you like the only one who really came through. I'm from here talking to myself. And I was about to end this live and say, F this, because I was like, nah. I said, no what, let me go through it. Get through what I have to say. Talk to myself. Y'all watch the replay game, and y'all tell me, and I'll probably do this video again and probably premiere it so we can all talk about it and chat it together. But I just been talking. Glad you came through, because I still got a lot more stuff to talk about. So, yeah, Great was a cheater. So I was like, okay, so you bought him this thing, he was a cheater, and then he on this show on Temptation Island where he could be tempted to do more. And that's exactly what he did, because he met this girl named Fisa, and they hit it off. Definitely hit it off, and stuff like that. Got together. He was freaking her during the time because he started getting upset and doing more with Nafisa when he heard Paris say, if there's no cameras around, or what he saw in the bonfire, no cameras around, she will suck someone's deep. And that person she was talking about was Tajik. It was somebody that she had really started to really like at the house. And that's that. From there, it was going down here. So I just feel like he was looking for a reason to go, because he said, oh, my trust, I have a hard time trusting. But I would say, okay, well, you were with Paris, though. You the one who cheated. So what was the trust? At the end of the day, I feel like she would have a hard time trusting you. And still have done it, because what you was doing. So it was a lot going on with those two. At the end of the day, Great. How he was talking to a girl. He was talking to Paris like, girl, I don't got time. He was talking to Paris like he was talking so fast. I said, slow down. Like, what you? No. He wasn't doing that. Roberta was the one who was talking so fast. I said, can you calm down, boy? Like, take your time. Slow down. Speak. Great was very kind of short and dismissive when he was talking to Paris. Because at that time in the last bonfire, Paris cut her hair. And she had a blonde, short hair. And in the reunion, she went back to her long, jet black hair. Make a week with yeah. So I was like, okay, so Paris went with Sajik, Great with Nafisa. And it's something I say, no, I don't feel like y'all would be good for each other, because I feel like at the end of the day, you let loose Paris. Because I would say, Paris, do something, girl. Just let loose. F him. Don't worry about him, because he did with him anyway. And then you try to use the excuse that what she said and how she got in the bed and everything, that you want to take a step and go further with Nafisa, having sex with her, doing stuff like that. So I guess in reunion, Great didn't know what he wants. He don't know if he want Paris, he want Nafisa, he going back and forth. It's like that. Like he's just going back and forth. And I said, we can't do this. Because I think he was with Nafisa a little bit, and then he contacted Paris, and it was this going on. It was like, what's going on? It was too much. So I didn't want them together. And I said, yes, Great. You can still Great. He's like nice body, good looking guy, but he's a douchebag. You was a cheater, and you have all this animosity. I said, stop it. At the end of the day, stop. Apparently, Paris person she went with Tajik, he ghosted her. And then this guy on the freaking reunion can't give a clear answer why he ghosted her and then want to apologize and all stuff like that because she really did like him, all that stuff like that. And then he felt like it was too much. I said, boy, you got in the show for do all this just to ghost her? And then everybody in the reunion trying to get him to say something and speak and give an answer of why you ghosted this chick. What was your reason and all that stuff? And he was a cornball. He was a cornball for it because he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready at all. So I was saying, listen, y'all don't even need to be deserved to be with each other at the all. But that's that. Oh, the next guy. Chris and Mariella. Chris, after the first episode, the first or second episode, I was done with him. I was so done with him. And everything for the rest of the season, I don't give a damn what he said and what he done. I was done with him. Because he did one thing that made me turned off with him completely. All right, so Chris and Mariella been together for a while. It's like that. And I feel like the relationship was kind of toxic because at the end of the day, I feel like she was doing too much to please people. She was a people pleaser. She would please everyone. I think she had to find herself, be herself, but I feel like her existence, her well-being, is the approval of others. And sometimes that's not a good thing because when you want to be approval of others, you sometimes disappoint your own self. And you're not happy. And you just go along to go along. And you're not really living. You're existing, but you're not living. And that's what it was. So I feel like they both was toxic for each other and jibber jag and get what they wanted to get and stuff like that. It was never good because sometimes they didn't really have to sit down and have a full grown conversation. It was just this, do what I say, how I want to do it, it was that kind of thing. So when they was all in the house, because the first time in Temptation Island history, where both the guys and the ladies be in the house together with all the couples and having a big party in group settings and see how you interact with each other. So that was that. Doing that whole sit down and that whole interaction event, Marielle was sitting down with some people, and then Chris was sitting next to her because I don't know what was going on. I guess that he was trying to talk to her and stuff, and it was a lot because they was linking up a lot. I said, mingle with everybody else. Why you mingling, sitting with each other? Because it's like this, that, and then he would come up to her, sit next to her, like she can't talk to anybody else. It was like that cliquish type of thing. I said, can you separate and interact with everybody else? So the thing he did, so him and Marielle was sitting down with a bunch of people. And then he brought something up that no one in her family knew. No one. And he brought up that she may be bisexual. And basically out of her. Basically just out of her. Because nobody knew. Not her family. She didn't say nothing. He knew. Or at least it's some deep thing, whatever she was, something she was, I guess, curious about, or whatever she was. She had a relationship with him. I guess she discussed this with him. But she also confided in him that nobody know, you only know, it's like that, and I'm ready to tell them on my own terms. For him to use the opportunity to out her like that in front of people, and I could tell she was upset about that because she cried about that, I think, because she thought it was embarrassing. And she was also worried about it. Nobody in her family know. Now they're watching this and they may have watched the show or looked into it, and now they find out. Now I think she knows. I think she said right now her family is cool. It wasn't that big deal that she thought it was. It wasn't crazy. But at that time, when she was on the show, you could know how scary it is because sometimes you don't know how they're going to react. I mean, my coming out story wasn't even that bad either, so like that. But not everyone have that great experience. So when he outed her like that, I was so done, and he know he messed up because after a while, at that statement of that event before they separated, he was kept apologizing. So I'm sorry. I should have done that. I should like that. And I said, why is your dusty behind when you ever out your lady like that? That's messed up. So from there, I was done with her. So Mariella, she was like, you know what? She needs to work about herself and focus on herself and do what she had to do. And learn herself. And that's what she had to. Because I feel like you have to love and grow and learn who you are. Because you're not going to be great for someone else if you know that. Oh, yes, that was messed up. That was definitely messed up. Right then and there, I was done with him. I don't care what he was saying. I was done with him from there. You could ask Jerry, you could ask about who watched along with me, Impress, Jadolf, they would tell you. Mizzle was done with him since then. I think that was episode 1 or 2. He did that. And I was done. So they was on this journey. Maybe they was doing her thing. She started like this guy named Christian. No, it was his name, Christian. Yeah, she started like this guy, Christian, and everything. And at the end of the day, I think Mariella chose herself to go home because she didn't want to feel or worry about anybody else. And I said, you know what? I agree with that. I feel like she needs to find herself because she was so wrapped up with everybody else's expectations. I think she needs to worry about her. Even though she had a good time with the guy named Christian, I think they would be friends and they would chill and they would chat. And if they could get to the point of relationship, maybe they could get to that. But I think right now she don't want to jump into another relationship. She want to work on herself. Well, I said that's great. So she doing her and everything, and I took it upon himself that she was in the band with Christian and everything, and he took that. Christopher took that as a way that he could move forward and do what he needed to do because he said, "Oh, he's done with Mariella. She messed up. She hurt me and everything." Now it was a part of this show where they was able to send a message to the partner. Everybody of the cast sent a message to the other partner, including some of the singles that sent messages, but him. I said, "What? Oh, so you that hurt and you didn't send her no video message?" No video message, no nothing. I said, okay. He did that. So I was like, F that. So whatever she did, he used that and he want to go on and be with Sister Gun and Lexus. Now he made this connection with her and all that stuff like that to the point that he ended up leaving the island with Alexis. Now to reunion, we come to find out that this guy is a whole douchebag. Very narcissistic, into himself. And they ask him questions. He couldn't really get answers to or whatever, all that stuff. It was all by himself. Like it was everybody else's fault but him. And it was this whole thing about how she knew my relationship with my dad, and she reached out to his dad because she had a close relationship with his father, and she knew the relationship he had with his dad. It wasn't good enough like that. So she reached out to my dad and have a conversation, and she knew I didn't like that. But at the same time, you reached out to her mom and have a whole conversation with her mom, and it was messed up that she did and have a conversation with your father, but it was not messed up for you to have a conversation with her mom. He said, I got close to your mom, so she was close to your dad. So what was the point? Like, you was making this whole big deal like she messed up, but you actually was doing the same thing as she's doing. But yet, you was right and she was wrong. I said, no. And then we come to find out, because we know he was hunching this girl named Alexis in a house, having sex with her with no condom. Right? Remember, he left the island with Alexis. But since then, he was contacting Mariella, and Mariella and him was talking a little bit. I don't know what it was. They were talking a little bit, trying to figure this out, everything else, to the point that Alexis was pregnant. I heard that. Alexis was pregnant. And this fool got enough to say, are you sure that was my kid? And I would say, oh, child. Everybody was in the audience. Everybody was in the union said, what the hell? Now, granted, you know it was yours because at the end of the day, she got pregnant around the time when y'all were filming, or at least a little bit after the filming, and you were sexing her during the time. So you was the one who she got pregnant by. And I think she lost. I think she don't have the baby anymore. I think she kind of lost that. It was kind of a touching time for her because it was like, yes, he was saying all this for real. They could be. Exactly. So I was like, this is crazy for you to do all that and say that to that girl. It's messed up. So now she gotta heal from that. It's troubling time. And I said, go what? At the end of the day, even though I know it's sad, and I don't wish that any woman to lose their baby and everything. And I think she said she miscarried. I think she said she miscarried. I think she did it. She got the MS, the MC, the miscarriage, and that's that. But I don't wish that. But I was like, girl, you didn't need one to have the baby by this guy. Now, if you wanted to have a baby and wasting your own, I think that would be the thing if you wanted to still have it. But fortunately, it didn't work in your favor. But I think it was somewhat a little blessing of not having it for him, because he would not be someone good person for you at all. At all. He needs to be himself, and he cannot be in a relationship. So he not with Mariella. He not with Alexis, and that's that. The last thing, Great and Hall. He was another douchebag because I don't know what's going on. Now, Hall and Caitlyn was in a relationship for 8 years. They was the only engaged couple. Everybody else was dating. They was engaged. So I said, so y'all get engaged and y'all come to Tangential Island. What's going on here? Why would y'all chose this show to get on if y'all engaged? So we found out that during the midst of the relationship, he left her. He left her, did what he had to do, and they came back. I guess she stepped him back and everything, and then he proposed to her. But we all kind of find out that she wasn't too keen to set a date, to find a wedding date, to do any planning for the wedding. Not really want to care with kids. They didn't really care for marriage that great. So it was like, I was like, so what are we doing here? So you set a proposal, but you really not focus on doing other stuff. Other kid doing so. I said, so what is holding you back? Is because he left you? Like, we know, even though the reason why she was stalling. And when we find out, I said, first of all, we'll say, okay, so what's going on? It's like, she's stalling, she didn't want the wedding. She's like, so why we set the proposal though? Why did we set the proposal if this not what you really want and stuff? Now I'm going to this whole process. Cole figure out that he met this girl named Michaela. She's like 20-something years old, and he feel like that's just like his soulmate. Michaela wants the things he wants. He wants a family. He want to get married. He's like that. He want kids. And Caitlyn so much don't really want kids. It's like that. And then the marriage and love, it's like that. So he started to really drifting from Caitlyn and realized that Michaela is the one for him, because it's like, this is soulmate. He likes her. She's the one for me. And I was like, okay. So the one for me, and I saw that. Then we come to find out this whole thing, he started to realize that he been lying to himself, and he does to please others, and he realized that he know that Caitlyn was never the one for him. But he proceeded to go on with his relationship with her, be engaged with her, all that stuff like that, knowing that she was never the one. So I'm sitting here, it's like, why did you propose? If she was never the one, why did we propose? That's the problem we're having. because she didn't want the stuff that he wanted. And she's like that. So doing when they did the videos I mentioned about, after the video, he went to her villa and have a conversation with her, and he basically broke up with her. He ended the engagement, broke up with her. He said, "We're not together anymore," and stuff like that. Why you brought her over here to embarrass her, and ended the relationship. He said, "We don't know more. I basically was lying to myself and lying to you, thinking that I could go through this, and it was not happening." And I was like, child. So at the end of the day, I think Caitlyn picked herself to go home. She wanted to work on her own. Because I say yes, it's been a lot. You was engaged and spent like 8 years with a guy who really didn't want you, was doing the most, act like you was the issue when he was the issue, wasn't saying much, wasn't giving you like stringing along. Did he take the ring back? Oh, the ring, child. We come to find out in the reunion that ring was fully paid for. I think he lied and told Caitlyn that the ring was already paid, and kind of find out the ring was all the way paid. It wasn't. It was the money still on it. I said, "Oh my God! So what we going in?" So the ring was never really bought officially. Oh, it was a waste of time. Kind of find out the ring was not paid for completely. So I think she gave the ring back. Because I said, I want to kick that ring. I said, "Boy, this ring didn't even pay for it. What the hell am I keeping this shit for?" Yeah. It was a waste of time. Wasted everyone's time to bring her to the show and realize she was never the one for you. Because you lying and stuff like that. So in the reunion, then he'll look freaking the girl he picked caper for him so damn hard. It's just that, and I think he still liked this girl. Yeah, that makes it even more worse. He paying for a ring for a female you don't even want to marry. Exactly. Exactly. That's just so me. You be lying or so. Then he was saying the same bunch of same thing. Oh, I'm lying to myself. Why you chose me? And Caitlyn was activated. I found out it's like Caitlyn. I said, "Oh my gosh." But I think he's still being with the girl Michaela and see work that out. But that was Temptation Island, y'all. I did want to have like a separate life with this one, but I say, you know what? It is what it is. I mean, I don't think a lot of people saw it and everything, so it will just be me talking and not really people giving me much conversation about it. Wi-Fi signals acting up real quick. So let's move on to the next topic, the ultimatum. Let's get with that. All right, let's get to it. All right, the Ultimatum. Ultimatum is on Netflix. This is the second season. We reviewed the first season, and we also did Ultimatum France. Now, I didn't do the Ultimatum Queer Love because I didn't even feel like watching that one because that was mostly all women, and I didn't want to see that. So this is the second season, and this is the first 3 episodes. So we just go talk about introducing the couples and also who they pick, and then we're gonna continue on the relationship, continue on things for when we watch more episodes. All right, y'all. So let's get to this so we get together. So, ooh, excuse me. Ooh, damn. Because I'm drinking, y'all. So the first couple, Antonio and Roxanne. Antonio and Roxanne is this couple right here in the middle. Dead in the middle. You see 2 couples here, 2 couples here. Antonio and Roxanne in the middle. Antonio is 30 years old. Roxanne is 31 years old. Antonio gave an ultimatum. He gave her the ultimatum to be married. He ready to be married. He said they been dating for 4 years and take that next step. But now when I'm looking at it, because I was like, I know a lot of people feel like, oh, when a man gave the ultimatum to be married, I do want them to do all black season. That's what I do want too. Yeah. I know people feel like if they say, oh, a man wanted to get ultimatum, he ready to marry, then that's a good thing, and that's like that. I said, that could be, but we have to think about that. You have to start deciphering why do these men want to get married so damn badly and give an ultimatum? Because most men don't really care about marriage like that. Not saying that a lot of them don't, but most of them don't. Some do. There are some good guys who want to be married, who want to have a wife, who want to settle down and everything. That's fine and dandy. But when you get men who get ultimatums like that, you got to start deciphering why. And the reason why I'm saying that because I was like, Antonio seemed that ambitious to me. Because Roxanne said that. He's not really ambitious. He wants to apply the pressure to her to marry him. But I said, because we know that Roxanne, she has her own company. She's an entrepreneur. I think she does like IT tech something company, but she owns this. So she is her own boss. And she has a freaking entrepreneur mindset. Who like she works like 5 a.m. and then she's like work all the way to nighttime. It's like that. And every now and then she wants, like she said, I don't mind. Can you like if I have a long day at work and everything, I don't mind you just say, let me go take you out and have little burgers, and we'll walk in the park, stuff like that. Do some things like that. Do some romantic gestures. And he said, I was like, so I'm saying it's like so you gave her ultimatum for what? Because you know she got money, she a boss, it's like that. So what are you doing, Antonio? Like, what do you do? I need to find out more in the season and see what else he's like doing. But it seemed like he very don't feel lazy to me. Look lazy. So that's how I'm saying, what's his motive for pushing this marriage and giving her the ultimatum? So you can leech off of her? You can mooch off of her? That's what I'm getting. I don't know how y'all feeling, but that's what I'm getting. So we find out Roxanne, at the moment, she don't really believe in marriage that much. Not necessarily means that she don't want to. Maybe she just don't have the right mind or that guy to even force us that her mind. But for me, I feel like you go down and want it or you don't want it. That's what I feel. So not showing initiative to be met. Yeah, she feel like a part of the reason why she hesitates is like he not showing initiative to be romantic. And I feel like that's what he don't do. Like he's lazy, not ambitious to do things. Like at the end of the day, she wants distraction sometimes. So do something to distract her. Baby, come on. You work too much. Let me take you out right quick. It's like that. Do something, small things. That's what people like. I let y'all know now. Who are my future partner? That's what I like too. Especially my love language, quality time. So I like quality time. So if you're not doing anything to have spend time with me, then I'm not gonna value the relationship. And then also, and she wants someone who's super ambitious. And I feel that I agree with it. I don't think she should marry him. Not at all. I don't feel like she should marry Antonio because I don't know. It's something about Antonio don't feel like he's someone who's eager to do things. That's why I was like, why are you pushing to be the ultimatum? Why? Well, unless he starts to actually do better, not just exactly. So something about him don't feel like he's husband material at the moment. He's not. He's not. I feel like he will continue coasting by, and I think he wants his marriage so bad because she's well put off lady. Not put off, like she well to do. She got her stuff together. And I think he can boost off of that. And that's what I'm getting from him. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Yeah, she showed signs of doing better. Uh-huh. He showed signs of doing better. Nah. No signs. Is either you have it or not. I agree. Is either you have it or not. No signs. Lisa and Brian. That was the next couple. Baby. I want to talk about them first. So I'm going to talk about. Let me introduce the couples, and then we're going to talk about the rest of the things. Because Lisa was a problem. And I don't know why everybody was mentioning her name a lot on social media. Now I see why. Lisa and Brian, this is a couple right here. The one that's sitting the edge. The lady with the black dress sitting on the guy's lap with the purple and black shirt. Black shirt and a purple suit. That's Brian and Lisa. Now, to all the guys, yes, Brian is the most attractive guy in the group. Everything. So Brian is 28, Lisa is 31. They've been dating for 2 years. The reason why he not so fast to get a marriage because he want to have the financial space. You know that's mostly the thing that most guys use. I need to be financially ready. I need to be financial space to move on to marriage and everything else. Even though he has a lady who is well off. She makes 6-figure income. And she told me, I don't care about the income. Now, I know you do. But at the point, I don't understand what she's saying. Like, marriage, money is not a problem. So you stole them because of money reasons, that's not the issue. That's not what no. Come up with something better than that. Now, granted, you do want a man to be able to pay things. But to us, she said she don't care. So why she the one who gave the ultimatum, Lisa. And she wanted to have kids, but she wanted to be married before she had kids and everything. So they were talking everything. And as they were talking, because they had to spend one last night before they became like exes and everything and trying to pick new partners. And they was talking and trying to get all this stuff together and how they feel about this process and everything. And then late that morning, she started to cry. She wanted to go home. I want to go home. She said, "Come talk to me. Like, what's going on?" Don't even know why she was up there crying and wanted to go home so badly. I said, "Girl, y'all were just in the bed. Like, what happened that quickly?" So that morning, they was having more conversation. How she felt about this process. And I said, "Y'all kill me. Y'all chose to be on the show called Ultimatum, where y'all know the basis of the show is one partner gives the ultimatum because it's an impasse relationship, and they say, let's marry. Or move out of my life if you're not ready to marry. Y'all come to the show. The basis is y'all on the show, y'all talk about your issues, y'all pick a trial marriage partner. That means they will stay in the house for 3 weeks with the trial marriage person and see if that person give you what you have always wanted. Or at least you learn from that and maybe better off and say maybe the person I came with, I learned from this person, know what I could do better to change for this person. Or you give it the person you do trial marriage with, or you leave it out on yourself. Just like that. So that's what it is. Marry and move on. So get on the show and then you act like you don't want nobody to talk to you. It's gonna be tough because I said, so why be on here? Why are you here then? If you go pick the show like this, you know the basis that they're gonna be dating and entertaining other people, and then you go in your feelings, stop that. Engross in the process or don't come to the show at all. I need people who gonna show up and be in the show and do it. All this, oh yeah, I'm gonna feel crazy, I'm gonna feel this. I said after that. Y'all know what y'all getting yourself into. All right, that was that. Let's move on to the next person. Next couple. So we get Ryan and James. Ryan and James is this couple right here. Right next to, on top of Lisa and Brian. This couple right here. Right here. The lady with the pink dress and James with the black shirt. That's him. James is 23. Ryan is 24. And I said, why are y'all rushing to be married? Now, they did been together for 7 to 8 years, and they was high school sweethearts. I said, if y'all were high school sweethearts, there wasn't much y'all could go by. So I don't feel like y'all should be rushing to marriage now. Even though y'all been together for 7 to 8 years, I feel like most of y'all was teenagers. Well, how much seriousness you was going to get as a teenager being in high school? Then y'all get serious when you get to college, but y'all still trying to find yourself and get established. Right now, he's still in school, and even though y'all been together for 16 years old, y'all been 7 to 8 years, I don't feel like y'all should rush right now because y'all only 23 and 24, and starting dating in high school, it was nothing indicator for when you see y'all gonna be married material now. I feel like y'all still trying to find yourself, establish yourself, early 20s. This is your exploration phase and establishing and trying to identify where you're going to be in your life. And I feel like marriage is going to be too much. James also said he wanted to have a financial space. And now, rightfully so, he's 23 years old, still in school. What can he offer in a marriage? Other than y'all been together for 7 years. Nothing much. We do feel like, I think they say Ryan don't show emotions that much. Ryan gave the ultimatum. And I think they said she has a hard time really showing emotions or stuff. So I guess it's like that. But we'll go more on that because I ain't getting much for that couple. Then we get Trey and Raya. Trey and Raya, right here. Trey with the blue shirt, Raya with the pink outfit. And Raya is 24, Trey is 28. So Raya is another one who's young. And what we got for Raya needs to figure out who she is. That's point blank, period. That's what it is. She needs to figure out who she is and what she wants in life. Because right now, I think she's in this I don't know phase, and it's like a question mark, maybe, basically. Oh, he want to get no. I don't think he wanted to get married in college. He's at school right now. She gave the ultimatum, and she wanted him. She gave him the ultimatum to marry her. But I said, girl, you're 24, he's 23, he's still in school, so I don't think he want to get married right now. I was saying in college, like, it's like y'all really know, y'all still trying to find yourself in college and everything and work yourself in adulthood. So I don't think y'all should get married at this time anyway. Trey gave the ultimatum because he felt like because he's already established financially, he has his career. Then I think him and Wyatt are in a house together right now, so he's well put together. He has parents that have been married for 30 years, so he have a reputation of he has a representation of a successful marriage. Oh, she's stupid. You want to add wedding depth on top of college depth. I know, right? Child. He has a representation of a successful marriage. And she has it. She hasn't really seen a successful marriage or any healthy one. So they're in a little dynamics of not seeing what it is. But I feel like they've been dating 2 years. They were really living together. I said, I don't know why you're living together anyway. Actually, y'all should not be living together. But oh well, that is me. It's like that. But I'm not in position to tell people they should not live together or anything. But I feel like living together before marriage, it can happen, but you gotta be engaged. Not be a boyfriend girlfriend. But whatever. So she really not sure about marriage or kids. And that's the thing. And reason why we find out later on is that she was pregnant before. And I think she lost it. And she fearful of happening again. I said, that's why she hesitant. Because she was asking me, I said, I know you want to marry somebody too badly, but what if I don't want to have kids? Or you will be okay being with me if we don't have kids? And I feel like he will say he wouldn't be okay, but he kept saying that, oh, I want to be with you. And I said, no, answer the question. Because that's what you really want. Don't try to fake the funk and try to discard what you want just to please and be with the partner you want. No, if it doesn't align, it doesn't align. Pick someone who will align with you, and it will become easier. So, and I feel like she wants emotional connection more so, and I don't think she's not getting it. That's what she feel like lying saying that she's not getting it. And then we got Cat Alex. Cat and Alex is right under Trey and Raya, right on the edge over here, with the gray outfit matching together. Alex is 31 and Cat is 27. Cat gave the ultimatum, and they've been dating for 2 years. And I feel like when they was talking to each other, I said, yeah, Betty was giving eye contact. She kept looking this way. I said, girl, okay, you look at each other's eyes. Like, how you gonna talk so seriously and you looking this way? He's right here and you looking that way, girl. I don't understand that. But we also found out he have a hard time expressing himself because when she asked him some figure questions, open-ended questions, he barely wasn't saying much. Like, boy, speak, give us something. Like Betty was giving much. I said, oh, he's just saying look at dunce cap. Chill. Even though he barely don't be saying much and he have a hard time expressing himself, it feel like she's more reserved. And she shuts down. Like when they have a conversation or like at least a conflict in the conversation, I guess she say he's more like vocal and try to express say what he to say, but she would try not to discuss anything and shut it down and move on to the next and don't worry about it. So I said, oh, okay. I mean, I kind of find it hard to say that you're outspoken in a relationship when you had to sit down with her one-on-one before y'all became exes. You barely was giving her the information. So I said, So, they started dating each other and they was having a good time talking about things. We know that Roxanne was hitting off great with Alex. Because like Alex, we find out Alex I think he has his own company, something like that. He entrepreneurial mindset. So he has the same ambitious drive as Roxanne. And Roxanne is kind of up in his alley of being talkative and ambitious and stuff like that. And that's who he is. And he said Roxanne is kind of opposite of Cat. Cat is more reserved and laid back and shuts down. Roxanne tells her how she is, so he likes that, and that's kind of up at his speed. So I said, "Oh, okay, that's all right." We find out Antonio have a lot in common with Cat. Now, I'm trying to figure out why they had a lot of things in common. I guess they understand each other in some way, shape, or form, and open her eyes about things, stuff that she wanted to know and stuff like that. But I was like, I feel like when Cat get with Antonio, she gonna realize that he's a lazy bum to me. He just lazy. I don't know. It's just I don't get the drive that he don't really push forward. I think he wants the glitz of glam and someone to take care of him in some way, shape, or form, or what. But that's how I feel like he is. I may be wrong, but I get that feeling. I basically already telling you who the partner is already. So I said Antonio and Roxanne and Alex. So Roxanne is the one right here in the middle, sitting down, and Alex is the one with the gray shirt. So they picked each other to be the partners for the 3-way trial. Then we got Antonio Cat. Antonio's right here in the middle, the guy with the white kind of blazer on. and then a cat. The cat was the purple. No, cat with the gray dress. So they picked each other. James and Raya picked each other. James is this guy with the black shirt who's standing next to the girl with the pink. And Raya is the girl with the pink over here with the guy with the blue shirt. So James and Raya pick each other. And I think they picked each other because I guess they had similar backgrounds of single parent household and trying to understand each other, work on themselves. We'll see how that goes. Right? Trey and Ryan picked each other. Trey is the blue shirt and Ryan was the girl with the pink. They picked each other. And I guess they got the southern hospitality with each other and some other things that was going on from that was a connection with this two that made them connect. Now I told you I was talking about Lisa and Brian. Like Brian wasn't so much a problem. Brian was trying to engulf himself in this process because that's what they signed up for. Lisa, on the other hand, was kept looking what he's talking to, especially when Brian was talking to Raya. Raya is the other black lady. Oh, you wanted to see the parents already. I know that's right. So Raya and Brian was getting along. I feel like if Brian was in this still competition, I think Brian and Raya would have picked each other. Right? And Lisa had a whole problem about Raya. She realized that Brian made a connection with her. They was good and everything. So they was talking. She kept looking over that. The first time they were talking, she kept looking over them and what they doing. Lisa one with this black over here, the black dress. She kept looking at them. And then the next day, or the same day, they came together and they had like a cocktail and they all meet together. Raya and Brian went to the side to get to know each other more because that's what they're supposed to be doing. Lisa took upon herself to go over there and sat next to them and try to crash the freaking party. They try to intimidate Raya. Said all this stuff like that. You could go, this and stuff. I said, Lisa, come on. I was so done with this lady. I said, because you're doing the most. You're doing the most for no apparent reason, and I'm not liking it. You aggravating me, Lisa. She's doing the most. Got leave, and so that, oh, you could do that. Then they got back together, and then she started storming outside. Lisa stormed outside in a hissy fit. Brian trying to figure out what's going on because Brian's like he trying to keep the peace with Lisa and also trying to involve in the conversation, the process. He trying to tell her that this is the process we got to be in. You wanted to be here, so now she's second guessing the game of the ultimatum and bring him into the show because now she don't want nobody entertaining him. I said, you don't want nobody entertaining him, or you don't want Raya to entertain him because it seems like you got a hard on against Raya, and I'm trying to understand what's going on. Baby, she went outside. Brian was out there. She was upset. She was having a whole hissy fit. To the point, and she said, you talking to that hooters bitch? You talking to this hooters bitch and everything? You gonna entertain her? To the much she was calling Raya a hoe. She said, oh, she looked like that type of one. You were like that type of one who will talk to you and give ass. I said, oh, so you slut shaming her? Called her a B. Called her she's loose. That she would just give ass. Give it up that quickly. You would call her all kinds of names. Call her a hoe, loose, a B, all this stuff. And I said, what? I said, you was going in on Raya for no apparent reason being rude. I want to go home. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. No. That being rude. And I said, oh. And in my mind, I was watching. I said, I can't wait to the reunion. I want to see if she will apologize because she was doing the most. How dare you be nasty to another female who didn't do nothing to you? Because all she was interacting and the person you was with. and calling her a bitch, calling her like a slut bucket, basically, that she would be loose and give it up. Like, really? You were doing the most against Raya, Lisa. And it was showing your insecurities to the T. It was showing. Because there was no reason for you to call this lady all that type of names. No reason. So when it came to the point of trying to swap partners, and I said, I don't know what Ultimatum is doing. Every season of Ultimatum we've seen so far, they have 5 couples, and then one end up leaving before they make the choice swap. Either they decided to be with together, they say, no, we don't want to do this anymore, and that. And this exactly happened again. Lisa and Brian decided not to show up, and they did not go along with the choices. They left the show. And they want to give them reason. They gave the opportunity to come in, to explain their side and why they don't leave and what's going on. They refused to. Come to find out that Lisa was pregnant. She took the pregnancy test. They came back positive. I said, did you go to the doctor to confirm? But she was pregnant. She was doing what she was supposed to, and you mad because you saw it and can't just easily be another female. Exactly. Can I forget nothing? Brian was a good looking guy. I mean, yes, he got that little nose, he got the nose ring and everything else like that. Doesn't matter. Yes, the one that went off, Lisa. Lisa right here, the one that was going off about Raya, calling her all kinds of bees and hoes. Yes, she's pregnant. And now it based the question: did she knew she was pregnant all along, and then she decided to take the pregnancy test and confirm her suspicions? Because that explains why she was acting like that. Because I was like, out of that, oh, you just this judgmental chick or jealous chick or insecure. Because ain't no way you guys sign up for this show, bring your man to the show, gave him an ultimatum for you to be all your feelings about other people who interact with your man. And I feel like it was all about Raya. So why are you intimidated with this girl? Like, does something about Raya make you insecure? I don't know. The lies. Yeah, she was pregnant. She told him he's happy. But I was like, okay, but you want to be married before you have kids. Now this going to be the monkey wrench. It's like, now at the day, like, you can't force the marriage because it's going to be inauthentic. It'd be inauthentic, yes. So, marrying is not going to. It's not the next step because it's not going to be well received. So I feel like I need to work it out, figure it out, and I hopefully reunion. When we see the reunion, what the outcome is. Are you engaged? Or you get to marry? Or just gonna be a baby mama? Like, we'll see. But yeah, she showed her ass and she not leaving. So she left. They left the show. I said, why we do this? I'd rather y'all pick 6 couples and just have 5 towards the end for the choices. So we have a better opportunity. But it's always 4. That's what I'm saying. I'm not buying it. Like, I was like, oh. I said, did you go to the doctor? Did they confirm? But I guess we'll see the reunion. Let me get to it. So the couples who chose each other: Trey and Ryan, James and Raya, Antonio Cat, and Roxanne and Alex. Those are 4 people who go do this trial marriage. And try and see how that goes. That's it. Any last thoughts of this before we get to the RHOA news, Real Housewives of Atlanta news? After that, we're going to do the Shay and Amara, and then we're going to end it with Spice and Erica. All right? Hey, there's only one person in the chat. It's fine. Replay game. Welcome. Appreciate you. And I think I might do the same video and premiere it. And we chat it up. All right? If I could do that. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to that. Now, this is not the review of Atlanta. That's stay on Mondays. But this is talk of conversations that have been going on Twitter and social media that we could have a conversation about. So I want to talk about the reboot, possible reboot, Peach Juice, Eric the EP, Henzulu Vance, with the blogs who put out information and being discredited, and then the death threats that's going towards them. I was like, why are we doing that? So, y'all know Real Housewives of Atlanta, the end of this finale. Season 15, and it wasn't a great season. I'm not gonna lie. It was not a great season. Oh, yes. Oh, you okay, boo? Yes. So it was, oh, yes. We do the Ultimatum on Thursdays. But I know, you be off Thursdays? I think you off Wednesdays, right? If you on Thursdays, come along. Come through, girl. And we just finished the finale. And the reunion's coming up. So, but before we watched the reunion, it was some speculation. It was some blogs, like, for example, B. Scott, a couple other people who was mentioning about, especially B. Scott was the one who mentioned this first, about a possible reboot of Real Housewives in Atlanta. I myself is not against a possible reboot because I feel like something is not working right now. Recycling the chicks, recycling the ladies is not working. It's not. Recycling the same ladies is not working. Okay, yeah, we talk about the score. Okay. Yes, do that Discord. Yes, conversation, private conversation. So I was like, I'm not against it because I watched the Real Housewives of New York reboot, and I'm enjoying it. Even though some of the ladies are not liking, but I am enjoying it. So I do feel like, I don't know, Atlanta could get the reboot treatment. They could get the reboot treatment like the Real Housewives of Miami treatment, or the Real Housewives of New York treatment. The Real Housewives of Miami treatment is like they kept like 2 and maybe 3 females of the old cast, and everybody else was new. So that's like a soft reboot. Or they could do a complete reboot of take everyone out and bring all new faces. And I think it worked because at this moment, the dynamic is really not great. This current cast of 15, it was so divided, it was not great. Nobody feeding off each other, nobody bouncing on each other. Atlanta was so good because it wasn't cliquish. Every ladies had their moment. Yes, Kenya was like the villain for a while now, but every lady had their moment. They would go toe to toe with each other, move on to the next. It wasn't no animosity. They ain't really hatred. They wasn't putting up no deep rooted stuff. They were trying to come out crazy, trying to make no essay threats. I mean, yes, we did have that with on Phaedra and Peach Juice and stuff like that. But most of the part, it wasn't dark, and really crazy, heavy like Potomac was doing. Right? So I was enjoying it, Sean. I'm saying I'm not against the reboot, but I think this is a long time to do it, and I also think it's happening anytime soon. If it ever does. Yes, but I don't feel like they should keep recycling ladies because it's not gonna work. That group, this 6 people, this 6 ladies was not working. It was a 7? I think it's 6 of them. It was 6 of them. It was not working. It wasn't. It wasn't at all. They was cutting people's scenes. Production was just showing a lot of people's storylines. It was a lot going on. And the storyline they did show, it was bland. It was not much to give off of. They pieced together things that was not even necessary to be pieced together, like the things they talked about 2 seasons ago. Like, what the hell was going on this season? I feel like it was production fault. That's so much of the cast. And then the cast, they really didn't get along like that. They really not cool like that. So you get on here, it's not gonna be well. So the possible reboot news came before the reunion airs. Usually, Bravo don't make the decisions till after the reunion airs. But I'm saying like this way. Who gave the blogs these type of information? Because some of these blogs are at least credible sites. Usually, credible means that they fact check, they put things out there, and it end up becoming true. So B Scott is one of the well respectable, kind of known blogger. And usually she speaks the truth when she put things out. So I'm saying, like, just like that, remember that People magazine when they put information about Chris and Monique getting divorced, and that was not true at the moment because she didn't live say that's not true. And I said, why People magazine will put some stuff out there knowing that's not true when they know they are usually a reliable source. So I'm saying, like, did they really fact check? Why did they put it out there and knowing that's not true? Come to find out months later it happened. It is true. But at that moment, it wasn't at the moment because she said we were still together. Yes. I know what the lady said too. So I was like, but it's out there as people get to talking. So at the end of the day, yes, Bravo don't make the official statement. Now people saying, oh, we didn't make official statements. And then it was stuff going out saying that, not only that, it was other bloggers putting out information out too. And I would say, even though these bloggers are reputable sources, that's why I would say it's more inclined to believe them because they usually not liars, and then what they put out there is usually end up becoming true. So I would say, who is telling these bloggers the information? If someone on the production team is leaking this information, why are they doing that? And if these people, oh yeah, I'm so tired of talking about Bolo, child. I am too. And if it's not, who is telling this information? And if so, why Bravo and nobody is shutting them down and chasing them down and saying, listen, this is not right. Take this down and stop putting false information out here. I'm pretty sure you got the power to do that, right, Bravo? So I was like, okay. So then they started talking about how it may bring back like 2 or 3 of the housewives come back. And they said they showed Candy, they showed Kenya, Shay. And I was like, so I'm gonna ask y'all, if you had to choose 3 housewives from this current season to come back, who will you pick? Also, I'll explain mine too. I'm not gonna have y'all do it, not me saying what I say. So this is what I would say. Kitty has Candy in the game. It's coming back. So I feel like, and Candy has a good relationship with Bravo. So I feel like if she could do the Vanderpump kind of route with the Candy and game and only just pop up Real House of Atlanta every now and then I could feel like she could do that. Because she don't really need the show like that. But it's great income. Because we find out her and Kenya get like $100,000 an episode. There's a lot of money. $100,000 per episode. Child. So I feel like Candy could go that Lisa Vanderpump kind of route. So she don't have no need to be in this thing. Kenya, they facing. I think they phasing Kenya out. You could tell that, but based on this recent season that we just saw, seems like they're phasing her out because they didn't showcase her journey of the hair salon she opening. They showed a little 3 seconds of her opening a salon, and I said, y'all didn't follow that. Like that's something that's a storyline we want to see. I'd rather see Shay without the extra and by herself than see Shay and Lion as another thing. Exactly. I would take Candy Kenya with them actually showing what she's doing at Simon. Okay. Because I would say if Candy go to Winnipeg, she don't need to do it. So I would say I won't pick Candy. Kenya works well with an ensemble cast that could feed or she could feed off of and it could bounce back to her. Feel like she'll work well. Can she get a spin off herself? I don't know. I would see Kenya spin off herself because I feel like Kenya worked well with a group of people. Just like Nene. I feel like Nene worked well with a group of people. She's not entertaining by herself. Now Kenya could be entertaining a little bit by herself as well, but I feel like I think she best with an ensemble cast. So she get a lot of fresh little ladies or whatever, people who could give toe to toe with her. I feel like we could get a good Kenya. And also showcase her thing because I was tired of her then talk about her freaking embryos. I said, how many times she had that conversation? Like, you didn't show nothing else about what she's doing. So, oh yeah, I don't care for Marlo. Marlo's not my pick. I don't care for Marlo. Saya is a pick me, and I said if they don't have Marlo and Sheree, this Saya probably could work. And see if we give her. Give her another chance. And see if she could do something without that. But I'm gonna need something for tell us to stop setting near the storyline, then her sister and family being the else like that. Now we see how it is with you having a new baby and Ross is out the house most of the damn time. What you gonna do? How you establish? So if I like Kenya or Candy, if I say Candy pick the thing, I would say Kenya to come back. I would say I feel like Drew could come, but I feel like Drew just lies and character and everything. And it comes, will come with Drew, it come with the freaking drama out. It come with her sister now. It's like that. And then you got the dusty ass Courtney. So I don't know. And Drew carried the last half of the season. And to be honest, she did. So get away with Marlo. If you do Candy or Kenya, I would say I would keep Kenya. Maybe Sonya. And I would say no Sheree, no Marlo. Oh, I guess maybe Candy then. Even though I say Candy could go the other route, I would say maybe give Candy, Kenya, and Sonya. Or let Sonya out and probably give Drew. And then we cast everybody else. Yes. And she give us that. And how she navigating with the new baby. And do see when when Ross is being a Texas most of the time. We'll see how that goes. So, speaking of people who might be coming back, Peach Juice, y'all know who she is. Y'all know who I call Peach Juice. It's not a Rubik's Cube question. Y'all know who Peach Juice is. They can bring Drew back after the divorce when she starts back dating or something, but I want them to keep her ugly ass off. I know that's right. Keep her ass off my motherfucking screen. I know that's right. Keep him off. Child, we don't want you, we don't want you, we don't want you, we don't want you. So, Peach Juice. She wants to be the highest paid housewife. And right now, allegedly, negotiation between her and Bravo is still underway. And it's coming to an impasse right now because she wants more money. She wants a lot of money. And I say, Peach Juice, you're not getting that money. You're not entertaining Fab enough for us to get that money. Not to be the highest paid. And let me tell you, Peach Juice, let me tell you something real quick. I don't want to see nothing about your storyline unless you show us how you snatched your man from your friend who was still married with your friend, end up being with him, he married you, and you got this good custom lifestyle because according to you, because you got no red flags. Unless you tell us your secrets, how you snatched the man, under Fallon and marry him and teach us the rubrics of how we could do that? I don't see nothing about your storyline. That's the only I want to see Peach Juice back. You tell me that, girl, and I listen to you. Other than that, no. Because y'all know I was done with Peach Juice when she had her own spinoff. And y'all know I was reviewing the spinoff. And her spinoff turned me off. They should never give her the spinoff. Because that spinoff turned a lot of people off of Peach Juice. Check the whole fool. It looked dumb enough, dusty in that show. To the point that how the hell Dennis became well more liked on your own damn show. And that's terrible. That was terrible. How Dennis became well liked. I don't think the highest paid, but I think she will get a pretty penny only because everybody wants to know the story. That's what I want to know. I want to know, how did you do it? Write the books of side chicks one-on-one and let me see it and let me listen to it. Or let me watch your storyline. That's the only thing I want to see. I want to see now how you and Simon having this good lavish lifestyle. I don't give a damn about that. I want to know, how do you snatch this under your friend's nose? If I was her, I ask her for a lot too. Just because I wouldn't want to. Don't mess it up my math TV, but that's for me. That ain't shit anyway. Chill, for real. So that. On top of that, at all that stuff that was going through, Eric was getting a lot of backlash. Y'all know Eric was the EP of Potomac, and he Atlanta Housewives. Because he was on Potomac first, I think, and then he came in with Atlanta Housewives. And people was ripping him to shreds of this horrible, tacky ass season, and rightfully so. So he got his little rant. He said, I don't make casting decisions. I don't do the editing. I don't figure out the order or the filming and stuff like that. So if you're going to come for me with what I do. And I said, so what do you do? She probably could have made a lot more if she came back before the wedding so they could film it. I know that's right. Because the Barbara all that bleed footage. So I said, Eric, boo-boo, what do you do? Because you're going to do all these rants about what you don't do. What exactly do you do? Because I do know in reality TV realm, the EP doesn't really have decision powers of who's getting hired or not. They can make suggestions for the production company to hire who they want to hire. But the EP doesn't make the final decision. So I do know that. But the filming narrative or stuff like that, I could have sworn that was your job. To flow the narrative of the storyline. Especially when they get to the editing room, you dictate how the story flows. Right? I could have sworn that was the EP does. But now you tell us that's what you do. So what do you do? Tell us that. You're on this whole rant, but you're not telling us what you do. Do you supersede the filming and the narration of the storyline and how it fits? So when they get to the editing room, you supersede that? I mean, I could have sworn you do. But y'all let me know. What does the EP do in reality TV mode? Yeah, so I was talking about how the blogs get information. So the ladies is discrediting her, and B Sky said, y'all do a lot to discredit me, but when Bob make me make the official statement, y'all gonna connect the dots. Yada yada. At the end of the day, yes, maybe they were telling you to stop and stop doing all that stuff like that because you don't have valid information. And I said, okay, but somebody telling her these things. Somebody telling her these things. So, don't know what to say. I feel like I think it was quick to announce these things. Maybe she had to wait until after the reunion and see what they say, and then put it out there. But it get people talking, get the buzz going. So, like I said, I'm not against a reboot. We'll see how that goes. Maybe they do the Miami reboot way and keep some 2 or 3 ladies and recast everybody else, or they do the New York way and recast everybody. Because we losing the fresh blood. Because, like I said, the dynamics is not working. The recycling of the ladies is not working. And also, y'all need to stop trying to find famous people. That's your problem. Why are we trying to find famous people for Atlanta Housewives? No, we don't need no famous people. If they have to be so famous, that's so be it. But we should not be actively searching for famous people. And then maybe it's probably another hard time. Why? Because they're trying to catch people. Maybe nobody might want to do it. Because I do know Atlanta Housewives is one of the hardest franchises to cast people. Maybe nobody want to do it. I ain't gonna lie, though. A reboot right now would make me feel some way. Some kind of way. Like, chill. The death threats. Let's end it with that, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. I just feel like we be moving off of such a cliffhanger. I know that's right. Y'all, these shows are not that serious. I know a lot of y'all be invested. Yeah, it's an escape from reality. But y'all cannot be so enthralled with the escapism of reality that you make reality TV so freaking real that you coming at the people production team or whatever, or the cast member. What was you doing coming after with death threats? Is it really that serious, y'all? Is it really that serious? Can I get a life? Get a life for us. Find something to do. Jerk off, masturbate, what you want to do. Find something to do. Because it's really not that deep. Said death threats. But Bobby had to read some statement saying, listen, y'all, you need to stop it. I said, oh, yeah, y'all so enthralled. And sending death threats to production? I was like, what is going on in your mind? Like, y'all just so freaking pissed for no reason. I said, none of these shows, I may get hype, I may get animated, but I will never get to the point that I will say, like, exactly. It would never get, it's not that serious. It's not that deep, y'all. Stop with it. Stop. Stop. Girl, stop. I was like, oh, y'all, really? Death threats? And what all y'all saying? Who y'all beating or who y'all, like, really? All right, we're going to move on to the last 2 topics. Get up for there because I know it's getting late in the morning time. And nobody really want to. Shay and Amara, let's go there real quick. Y'all know Marvin the Negla and Shay is on Love and Hip Hop Miami. And it was an episode that Shay got on Mara about not being notified about her being with Safari, how she didn't tell her and everything. And Safari was trying to play you. He said he was going to get a vasectomy, yada, yada, yada. And I said, Shay, you need to worry about your own relationship before you trying to throw stones about somebody else. Let Mara be stupid if she want to be stupid. And all that stuff like that. Yes, he might be the friend that Amara needs. But at the end of the day, if you is upset because she didn't tell you things, Just don't tell her things. Let's keep an even playing field, $8 a day. But Amara got online lately. And she said, me and mommy, like Mama Mia, me and mommy, let's go. Because at the end of the day, she is way too invested. Way too invested. And I don't understand why. Because I said, girl, you need to worry about your own thing. She said, me and Mama Mia, let me tell y'all something. I showed up to do a job, and I'm doing my job, and everything, and I had sex with nobody since my baby daddies, the fun of my kids, and I had sex with nobody since my fun of the kids, and I just wanted to be a job, and y'all tuned in to watch it, to do a job, so I might be doing my thing well, and all like that, so don't take those activities because it's a job, it's not real, and stuff like that. So people took that upon me. It's like they feel like the whole Love of Hip Hop franchise is fake. And I'm gonna say this: Amara Boo Boo. You can go around saying this thing is fake whenever you want to, and maybe some elements of it could be. What we're not gonna do is that if you go do a fake storyline, don't make it to the way that he come on freaking television or whatever and give your daughters Rolexes watches when you know the world is seeing and y'all kiss and y'all get in a relationship like that. Hell to the no. First of all, that Rolex watches should not even be part of that scene. It's just gonna be fake. 1. 2, to kiss that guy in front of all these people in the crowd to announce you a somewhat relationship, that's stupid. And you gonna convince me to tell me, as good looking in the BD that Safari is, you didn't try that? Don't get me wrong. Safari is a good looking guy and he got a BD. It's too big for me. But he's not someone I should be in a relationship with. He's not someone you should be in a relationship with. He's someone that you should hit and quit. Hit it, get your D, and move him out of the way. Move out the way. That's all he is. So you coming on trying to television and faking on the funk with all these Volashes watches and all that stuff like that, that was tacky. You should not even do all that to try to convince us that it's fake. And you didn't have sex, girl. Yes, you did. You did smash her father. Something trying to play yourself. You didn't do it. Now, we not her bedroom, so we don't even know if she did. But I'm convincing that she did. Because there ain't no way. And now I try to make it seem like the thing is fake. I'll say so. Now you got other people questioning. First of all, they should everybody should not be questioning everyone. Just question a Marvel storyline. Don't go and question everybody else's storyline because some of the people's storyline could be real. I do also know, on the other hand, that if some storylines across all the Love of Hip Hop franchise is fabricated. They make it up. They play the games like that. But not everything that show on these franchises is fake. Some of it could be real. So I won't go question and thinking, oh, everything is fake in Love Hip Hop. No. If Mom want to play the game that she feel like is fake and she just doing the job, like it was a script, and tell her how she need to do it and what she need to do, child, girl, bye. So, but we do know people play up for the cameras. So you just got to decipher what you feel like it is. Now, to go under the line and think that Shay storyline was fake, or think that the Vontae with her husband Richard, aka Gunplay, is fake. And I said I don't think it's fake that they say the baby have a birth defect. No, that's not fake. Or heart condition. So I think that's real. Really real. Even come on and playing around with a baby that couldn't have her son. For real. And I said Marla's storyline was like, Gamora, your storyline changed crazy. Because when we first saw Marla, we was all over fuck. I was like, oh my God, she has a beautiful black Barbie doll, gorgeous woman who wanted to be her music and everything, fight for her music and everything, and make it big in the US world. Well, because she was big in her country. Now she was making big in the U.S., fighting and educating people about being Afro-Latina and how she's treated and everything, to a baby being a girlfriend to a ex-man friend, having kids from him, having a baby dollar drama, to person you faking a relationship with who's Safari. Like, your storyline was too left, girl. How you go from social activism, talk about Afro-Latina, and talk about being proud to be Afro-Latina, being in the music industry, to a baby mama, to faking relationship? Oh no, Samara, girl. Now you make yourself look stupid. And now people question everybody else's storylines on these shows. And I said some of them could be fake, but we're not coming here saying that like every one of these people's storylines is fake. Come on now. But well, look like a clown. Look definitely like a clown. Well, Safari is nobody you should be be serious with. Safari is the only person you should be having a fun time with and move about your business. Not to be seriousness. And now Shay. Shay, Mina Mama. Mama Mina. Shay. I don't know what's the, you said you was on and off with this guy you have a baby with for 10 years. Visiting him in Wisconsin. I said, what the hell is in Wisconsin? But I don't care. Visiting Wisconsin for 10 years on and off. Or for us to find out that you had a man that you was dealing with for 10 years on and off. And I said, if some of this on and off 10 years was overlapping with other people you was messing with now, like Scrappy and other people you was messing with, I'm not sure, but I don't know. It said 10 years. I said, that's probably around the time he was overlapping. But that's that. We didn't know nothing about this man. Unless y'all follow her life. I didn't follow her life. I just only go about what she's present on Love and Hip Hop. No, nothing about this man. Prison is in Wisconsin. Nothing about him. And then come on this freaking new season with a gorgeous baby, beautiful baby, a good looking like Jamaican guy. But then you give him an ultimatum. Also, girl, you're in the wrong show. You should win to Ultimatum. Shay, you should bring your man to Ultimatum. Not Love and Hip Hop. You picked the wrong show, girl. Go to Netflix deal. Child. You should pick that shit. Give him Ultimatum that you need to marry. You want him to marry you for within a year. After you had his baby. After you chased her for 10 years on and off. Girl, that's backwards. Now you want to settle down with the baby after all this time? Now, she can have a timeline. But I'm saying, like, if you were chasing a man for 10 plus years, why the hell you didn't marry before you had this baby? That's what I'm saying. You can have the timeline. But you only having that timeline because after you had the baby, now you want to pressure the man. No. If you were chasing him for Wisconsin for 10 years, what the hell do you think he going to marry you now? To me, I feel like that timeline should have been way long ago before she even had this baby. So you up here trying to talk about everybody else. Girl, look at your own situation. And you following him when he go to Safari, doing all this extra this. Doing all this. I said, girl, you think he going to try to marry you that quickly? Girl, he marry you within a year. Sure. Girl, have your timeline. But it's all off. So you coming at the Amara about her not sharing things. I said, do Amara know that you had this man for 10 plus years? On and off? Did we know? And it's like you low-key begging. And I said, Shay, don't do that. Don't do that, girl. Mm-mm. And now you're worried about him hanging with Safari. I said, you don't need to worry about it because it seems like they all kind of thinking like anyway. So I don't know. Most of them. I can't say all. Let me not say all. Some. Thinking like anyway. So, okay. Shay, I don't know what you're going to tell you. So, but then you got a live saying that, I know that's the father you banging and big. And I said, how you know, girl? You was not in the room. You didn't see it. So I didn't know. But at the end of the day, you are like other people think that they didn't have sex. So we will believe it too. No, I think they wasn't best friends. But the way how Shay making it seem like they was. Yeah, I tell you every day we supposed to be cool. All that stuff. And I said, okay, girl. Yeah, Mama dated Shay's brother. And I said, Shay, you had a lot to say, but you didn't say nothing when she was dating Mama, your brother, who wasn't even doing that much himself. So, girl. Now, how much are you giving? Shoot. So I was like, Shay, focus on your own relationship. And leave mom with her little this and this. If she want to be dusty and done for a guy like him, let her be dusty and done. But you need to worry about what you doing over there. Because I'm like, that year is not happening to get married with him. There's no urgency. 10+ years chasing him, they got a baby like now he want to marry you now? No, that's not happening. So y'all let me know how y'all feel more about that. But I would say, Amara girl, whatever. But you did piss poor job convincing us that it was fake. If you did all that, first of all, he should have never really put that on figure Rolex watches on like that. And y'all kissing in front of everyone in the freaking shower as well. Not the shower, the birthday party. I was a girl, God. I said, let her play. Yeah, let her. And you focus on your own stuff. So you, Shay and Amara, y'all both focus on your own relationship. All right, y'all. It's the last topic. And we get up in here. It's like that. Erica and Spice. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's talk about this. So the recent episode was Erica and Spice. Oh, nah. Recent episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It was this infamous sit down between Erica and Spice. And they sat down. Erica basically was like, Spice, we're kind of power with you, girl. And I was like, that was cool. We go good. It's no issues like that. Because I heard about you when you was going your surgery and everything. And I was fasting and praying for you. I said, girl, you was doing that. Now I was with Chicago. I said, girl, you was no fasting and praying for nobody like that. Girl, you was no fasting. Stop playing like you was doing all that. But, she'll make a light with the phone. It's like that. But the only issue she had was that when she was giving birth and going labor, right, to a son that she almost lost a life with, he's in the figure phone crying about you. When I'm giving birth to your son and I lose a lot of blood. I think Shekinah was probably the part of it, of getting them together to sit down. Because I do remember that Shekinah and Spice had a conversation early in the episode. And I think Spice was telling we see the details that she got from Safari, like the voice messages, the voice notes, and everything. When she's talking about you, and I ain't hear her, it's like that. So I guess by her talking to Shekinah, I guess Shekinah so far got involved and trying to get these ladies together to sit down and have a conversation about what happened. Because I guess Spice wanted to get to the bottom of what's going on between those two, because I think it was due to know what's going on. Because Safari was telling Spice what's going on and his side, and I guess she's trying to get, and I got blew up with Erica at her event. So I guess it was time to sit down, and they had Shekinah in the middle, trying to at least mediate it. I think that's how the meeting went down. After all the evidence that Spice gathered, I guess, got into Erica, and I guess she agreed to go sit down with them. So that's what Erica said. She was saying, Erica was asking Spice, hey, put yourself in my shoes for a little bit. So Spice said, put yourself in your shoes. Like that. So why do you feel like you got to compare? I said, I don't think she was comparing. I think she was letting you know as a mother, if you give birth to someone's child and you almost lost your life and lose a lot of blood and everything, and then your husband and you're supposed to be next to you is on the phone crying for somebody else or on live, and it make everybody feel like I'm crazy and bugging out. That was doing the most. I was flipping out for no apparent reason. That's messed up. I said, why we? Like I said, girl, I'll feel the same way too. I said, no, don't do that. So that's what my issue is. So then they was going back and forth a little bit. And so Spice said, you said, because you think you're the only person who's going to be divorced. You're the only person going to like that. And I feel like, so that was going for. And she said, oh, and then she said something about the son came up. Oh, she said, I'll be doing 14 years. She said, well, I'll be doing 16 years. So, oh, what's your son who don't love you or something like that? Yes. Erica was trying to be civil at first. Erica was being civil at first. And then Spice has got two terms. And that's how it went down from there. And then we mentioned her son. Now, the whole thing about the son thing, Spice was wrong, bringing it up. But she didn't talk bad about the son. She talked about Erica parenting in spite of her son being brought up. So she said, well, your son who doesn't love you. Because my kids love me. They don't love you. They don't want to be around with you. Now, we do know Erica's son don't stay with her. And I think he shared some of his opinions about his own mother anyway. But that's besides the point. Thing is that mentioning it, like she didn't talk bad about the kid. She did mention it. Mentioning or talking bad about a kid or talk about someone's parenting always gets someone upset. It is. Always gets upset. So Spice was wrong for bringing that up. She was wrong. Erica's wrong when she used her deep-rooted racism or race, sis. Because we're not gonna sit here and act like Erica didn't do this before. She has. So this is not her first rodeo calling someone monkeys. So when that's in your core and you're around people like you, a bunch of other black women, and you're not Latina because you're the preference, and any little arguments you have, you go on coming up with racial slurs, you want for that. Now, I know everybody's saying, oh, well, because she mentioned the son, it's not. No. Because most arguments, if Erica really wanted to come back with Spice, and I'm going to have a game with y'all. If y'all was Erica and you had to read Spice without using any racial slurs, how would you read Spice? Because if I was Erica, I said, oh, really? Because the last time I checked, you're a part-time mama. Your figure kids around the world, across the world, and not stay with you. So you're occasional mama. So don't try to come at me talk about my kids. Because at the end of the day, if I don't have my son, you don't have your kids. You will be a dancehall queen popping up a figure pussy on stage every damn time you can't. But last time we checked, you don't even have your kids with you. Whether it's true or not, I would have came at her like that. And we would be the windmilling. She won't have to windmill for me. You want to bring on my kid, I'll bring on yours. If we really want to get there, let's really get down. It was a plenty of things how Erica reads. But Erica's not a reader. She screams, she yells, and she throws out insults. People replay game. If you had to be Erica's shoes and you had to read Spice, how would you read her? I say how I read her. Girl, you only about a holiday mom. You're a part-time lover. Yes. Yeah, but will you not? If you're not a racist in nature, you won't say racial marks. You will read them and you get mad. You will say a lot of stuff, but racism and homophobia, all that stuff that won't come out your mouth. Especially that's not into the core. So yes, as though I'm not saying that Erica has the right to be mad, which I feel like she should have the right to be mad, but I'm going to say that Erica, this is not the first time calling people racial slurs. So this is a pattern. So she don't get no freaking pass from me for bringing that up. And not only that, she call her that, she make them sounds with that too. Ooh, I said, oh, so you making sounds too, girl? So yes, when I get mad, I say things, but I would never get to the point that I would go that far. Especially if I'm not misogynistic, I won't say that I'm misogynistic type of thing to get mad to come at you. Especially you know how my platform is. I argued with females before, but that's the point I would call them something like that. That would go against what I feel about them, no, or go any racial slurs, no. So no, she don't get no pass for that. And Erica always feel like she was better than a black woman anyway. Because she's like, you know, like, she's the preference. She's the preference. And that's why she get on doing what she's doing for years. Because people owe the excuses for her, even though she don't really see for us like that. Now, I forget, this is not her first rodeo, according to people monkeys. Remember that. This is not the first time. And not everyone she kept calling monkeys brought up her son. Because I remember this scrap brought her son up when she argued with him at that club. Now I do know she go hard against women than men, because you know she a pick me. So that's beside the point. So I remember he brought up her son. She ain't go off like that. Ain't want to flip tables like that. I guess scrappy. So all that monkey noises and all that stuff like that. I said, girl, really? Really? Yeah. How will you read Spice? I said, how will you read her? How will you read her? Read her down. But no, you don't get to root racial slurs. It's mad because somebody calling your parenting. Yeah. But you know, monkey is a racial connotation. So if you call somebody an animal before, if most animals not reference to those racial slurs, so that's fine. I call somebody G-neck, and you know who I call G-neck? And giraffe is nowhere near racist connotation for anybody else. So you can use animals, but when you're not in a racist slurs. And we don't know what monkeys reference to us too. We need to know that. That's history. So it's already a negative connotation calling someone monkey, and a lighter preference calling a black dark skin a monkey. And making noises. Ooh, ah. I said, first of all, Erica, to be honest, when you was at that club jumping up and down on the figure furniture, you act like you was the first cousins to the monkeys. Like, let's stop playing. Somebody called Monique Neek. Somebody called Monique Neek on the phone to get her figure cousin. Somebody called Monique Neek. Monique Neek, okay, because she would go, when she was acting like one. You want to call someone, bun? When you acting like one in the club? jumping up and down. Jumping up and down. So somebody called Monk Neek Neek, Erica's first cousin, on a primate family, and come get her when she was acting at the club. So she want to call someone. I can't say I'm sure. I said words, so I can't talk. I was like, child. But I was like I said, but both was wrong because Erica they had to say that because she knows she did that and she did this numerous of times. And speaking of that, did Johnny Blaze? She called Johnny Blaze a monkey before, and now Johnny Blaze is on the fence of her. Livica Anderson is the fence of her. I said, what's going on? See, that's what Erica. It don't learn from nothing. So they wouldn't let her go. Cause let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. If Spice was the J, y'all know what the J word is. You think Erica would have been on the next episode next? She would have been off the show. She would have been off the show. Because what we do now, even though they may like a lot of them probably in their own community, probably don't like each other like that, they stand by each other when it comes to stuff like this. It's only us when we all divided. Because they know what that monkey conversation is used. They only use that for the darker skin. So she let her go. But I ain't gonna be all mad about it Spice behalf because at the end of the day, it's whatever. She been doing this. So y'all give her a pass because what? She's a preference. But then again, think about it, y'all. Her two youngest kids. How she like it with someone called them monkeys. The kids is Jamaican, right? Well, and Spice and every other cast member need to stay out of people's divorce. Let the two women go through it. Talk to each other about it and let them. Yes. And Spice was too evolved. She was too evolved. Spice, what going on, girl? You was doing way too much on behalf of Safari. Way too much. Yes, Everco's want to call you that, but you was want to bring up her son. Or tackling her parenting. Because that's what she was doing. She was tackling Erica parenting. That's why I said what I said, how I go after Spice. If you go talk about my parenting, let's talk about how you're a part-time mom. Despite I don't care what the reason is why she have her kids in Jamaica. I don't care. You're a part-time mom. Your kids not with you. So they don't live with me. They don't live with you. You only get them when you want them. If you want to try to hurt me, I'm going to hurt you, girl. And you know, I ain't saying no racial slurs. Yeah. We playing game. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Because yes, they both was wrong. They both should have had went there. Especially Erica. Because Erica always had a history of doing that. Spice was definitely wrong for being on her kid. Or attack her parenting. Because nobody don't like getting their parents attacked. And then you making monkey noises. I said, girl, you was acting like that in the club. That's why they had to pin you down and then you want to bite officers and everything. So you was acting like a figure monkey. Yes, I'm girl. Like I said, get more Neek on the phone. So we play game. Y'all let me know if you was Erica, how you would read Spice. And let's go from there. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about this thing. Like the other day, I broke it down as much as the possible can. It was too much. And Shekinah, girl, why are you in the middle of a thing always screaming? Girl, you screaming ain't make none sense. Like these little ladies arguing and you just stay by it. I said, who is listening to you, girl? Shaking table, that's flipping table. What is going on? I said, girl. Yes. Spice was doing the most. Erica, they was coming calm at first and everything, and then Spice took her there and everything. So what Spice was online and gave us all that rant. I said, Spice, you never mentioned that she called you that. You said, no, mala this, I'm out of that. You're gonna get a man, gonna get a mala. Do they still do them? I don't know. Do they still do one? I guess maybe they should. And they should have mentioned this thing. So how the hell they keep letting Erica go get away with calling everybody monkeys? Hey Spice, why the hell you so involved? What's going on? What is she not telling us? But yes, any last thoughts, y'all? Yes. Sure. So replay game. I know it was a late night and everything. I was hoping more people would come through, but listen, it's still gonna be up for y'all to watch through the weekend and everything. And I think if I could put it up there and I could probably download it and do a premiere of it, it'd probably be a long ass premiere, but still, it would get more people to come a chance to read it and watch it and chat with me and everything. We'll see how that goes. But don't forget, I'll probably have to watch Love and Marriage Detroit probably tomorrow night and give you the review, a pre-recorded review of that. Don't forget, this Sunday is no live. That's why I did my live this night. So it'll be make up for that. And I'll probably do another one early live next week as well to make up for not doing live the following Sunday as well. Because the following Sunday I go to New York for Fashion Week show. So it's great. And don't forget, I'm still going to do the pass. I'll be watching again, take notes, and give you a review. So look for that at least sometime next week, hopefully. I started watching seasons a long time ago. I just watched. Listen, I started watching a lot of Love and Hip Hop reunions, Love and Hip Hop fans episodes. A lot of these episodes, a lot of seasons, I started watching a lot of them. Cause, child. The only time I got kept up with these shows by watching the reviews and listening to the reviews of people who are reviewing the show. But most of the seasons, child, I can't even tell you what happened. Can't tell you. We got other shows coming up. Oh yeah, y'all let me know if y'all want to see the Basketball Wives Orlando. I said Orlando, not LA. Y'all not convincing me to watch that one. Not with no Evelyn Lozada, none of them. Hell to the no. Y'all know I don't watch that chick. The Orlando one is all new ladies and all new fresh faces, except for Mega James, but one of it could be fine. So if y'all want to watch along with that, we can do that. But I got to see the trailer first. Because Shawnee mentioned that Orlando is the next city of the franchise on top of the LA and Miami one. And I think they combined Miami and LA together. I think they did. Or they did away with Miami and just kept LA. So Y'all want to see that? Y'all let me know. And if it's good enough, then maybe I do like a quick little recap of the episodes. Not full reviews, a little recap. If it's good enough. But only in Orlando. Don't ask. Because y'all know I don't really watch Basketball Live anymore. But this is a new city. Hopefully it's not really connected. It's in a franchise umbrella, but it's not connected to these other ladies. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Any other shows are coming out, let me know. You continue to watch alongs on Wednesday of Atlanta, Miami, and New York. Continue to watch alongs this Thursday for the Ultimatum, the next week set of episodes. And that's it. Oh, you're gonna hate me for this. Oh, what you gonna hate me for? What's going on? What? What am I gonna hate you for, Brittany Boo? Oh, OG. Oh, I like OG. But if OG, I don't think OG gonna be Orlando. I don't think OG want to be part of Basketball Wives anymore. After the way how they treated her, I don't think she will. So I think Orlando will be all new girls. All new girls. The only person I feel like they said they teased that's gonna be on Orlando is Mega James. Mega James was on Basketball Wives before, but you know she's out. Now she's on back. So I said, okay, I only could tolerate one person. But everybody else is new. I can deal with that because we can start fresh with them. The LA girls, y'all keep that. Y'all keep that Jackie, the Evelyn, the Jennifer, the Malaysia. Y'all keep all that with them over there. I don't got time watching them. She blocked me on Instagram. Oh, she blocked you on Instagram? What you do? What you say? Chill. So yeah, I don't think OJ gonna ever be part of it. And the fact they brought Elephant. What the hell? That Elephant? Oh, that is her name. Ooh, child, y'all would drink it. Oh, the fact that brought Elephant is Lozada. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? She was bored? She bored? I just like some comments. That's it. Oh, and she blocked you because you like comments? Oh, snap. No, but I think OG is done with Basketball Wives. She don't think she will ever come back like that. Because I did like her. I like how they played her like that. Especially for some freaking Evelyn. Like you said, I would like her. I can't say her name right. Girl who be pat her freaking kitty box and freaking national television. I said, girl, what the hell was that for? Huh. But a new city, y'all. So if y'all want to watch that, y'all let me know. Like I said, we got to see the trailer when it comes out. They said October 9th is supposed to be coming out. So probably sometime late September we will see the trailer. All right. But that's it, y'all. I came in like that. Thank you for everybody who's watching the bushes. I know a lot of people didn't come through, but please hit that like button. Put your comments down in the comment section below. Share this out. Watch it again. Let people know that I was all live and everything. Hope y'all have a great Labor Day weekend. Have a safe weekend. You know, I don't do no parade or I don't do no parade. Labor Day parade, none of that in New York. I don't do that. So Sunday I'm gonna chill with family. Monday gonna be home. It's like that. And That's it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Hey, I'll still be around on Discord or Instagram or Twitter. Y'all contact me and all that stuff like that. And we can chat it up. Until next time, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. And I also want to hear your comments about anything I discussed here today. Even though one person, 2 people came in, I still did y'all. I gave almost 3 hour live. And I was talking to myself, yeah. Thank you for waiting for coming through and keeping the chatting with me. Good night, boo. Thank you all the Mizzies, my group chat. That's my member's name, the Mizzies. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.